The hypotenuse of a right triangle is 1 inch longer than the longer leg. The shorter leg is 7 inches shorter than the longer leg. Find the length of all three sides of the triangle. For this particular problem, our longer leg will be x. Our hypotenuse is 1 longer, which is x plus 1. Our shorter leg is 7 shorter, which is x minus 7. That gives us an equation using the Pythagorean theorem, where if we square both of the legs, which would be x squared plus x minus 7 squared, the sum of the square of the legs is going to equal the square of the hypotenuse, which is x plus 1 squared. Now, if we simplify, we can solve. So x squared is x squared. If you square this quantity, you will get x squared minus 14x plus 49. If you square that quantity, you'll get x squared plus 2x plus 1. We can simplify this side of our equation to 2x squared minus 14x plus 49. And that will equal the x squared plus 2x plus 1. We need to get 0 on one side so that we can solve. If we subtract this x squared from both sides, 2x squared minus that x squared will be x squared. And then if we want to make this so that it moves to the other side, since it's a positive 2x, we would subtract 2x from both sides. And combining that with this term, negative 14x minus the 2x is negative 16x. And then finally, in order to move our 1, since it's positive, we would subtract 1 from both sides, and 49 minus 1 would be a 48. And that would give us 0 on this side because we subtracted all three of these things from this side over here to obtain that trinomial. Now we just need to factor it. Since there's 3 terms and the leading coefficient is 1, we can look for factors of 48 that would add up to a negative 16. And I noticed that 48 is 4 times 12. And 4 plus 12 is 16. But we don't want a positive 16. We want a negative 16. So notice that negative 12 times negative 4 is positive 48. And if you were to add these two factors together, you'd get a negative 16. So this will factor into x minus 12 times x minus 4. And that equals 0. We now have two possibilities. Either this factor, x minus 12, would equal 0, or that factor, x minus 4, would equal 0. If we add 12 to both sides here, x equals 12. If we add 4 to both sides here, x would equal 4. Now these are both possibilities. Notice something about the 4 though. If x equals 4, up here this leg would be 4 minus 7, which is a negative length. We can't have negative length, so this would not work out. Which means that this length is 12, this length, that one is 12, we'll write it large enough for you to see, and this one would be 12 minus 7, which is 5. The hypotenuse here will be 12 plus 1, which gives us 13. So we know that the lengths of the sides of our triangles using our units, which are inches, is 5 inches, 12 inches for both the legs, and 13 inches. Our shorter leg is 5 inches, which is 7 smaller than our longer leg, which is 12 inches, and our hypotenuse is 13 inches, which is 1 more than the longer leg.